everybody, welcome back to Cichlodian. Today we're going to discuss about the aquarium lids or tops that we always wonder how to make them cheaper, because the glass options are very expensive. The other options there are out in the market have a lot of videos done on them, but nobody explains what are the pros and cons and what is the best material to use in their videos. Today we're going to talk about three materials. That is a plastic corrugation, a polycarbonate, and our glass lids. And we're going to go through pros and cons of each and every material that we have present here and how we do things that we're going to show you too. So let's get right into it before wasting any more time. Let's talk about the glass as a material first, and let's talk about its pros first. So the first pro, we can say that it retains heat in your aquarium. It maintains the temperature of your tank and it helps you use less electricity, and that's a pro that you will have if you have aquarium lids. So the second pro is that it helps with the evaporation of your water. It maintains the humidity level in your fish room or your aquarium where it's situated in that specific enclosed space. And then the third is it helps the light to pass through, or it allows the light to pass through it easily. Now let's talk about cons. And some people will differ on the opinion about pros and cons from me, but this is specifically based on my opinion and how I perceive this material. The cons for the glass, the first one, let's talk about that, is it's very, very heavy. And I don't know about everybody else, but to me, I think it applies a lot of stress on your aquarium center brace. And I have heard a lot of stories that where the center brace snapped because somebody was doing something and they applied pressure, and it already is in a lot of stress because of this heavy glass on top of it, and then it snapped, and now you have another problem on your hands. The second con for this glass top is the pricing. It is super expensive. If you go out and buy one glass lid, it might cost you $24 to $39. It depends where you're situated. The third is the maintenance of this glass. So you can, I don't know if you can see or the camera can capture, even though I have cleaned this glass surface, it still have that hard water stains. And especially if you have marine or putting salt in your water, for especially the cichlid keepers, you might have a problem on your hand with hard water stains, and that is very, very hard to take off from the glass. More time consuming, I would say, than giving you more ease with the material. All right, the fourth problem with glass tops is that they are breakable. So if you're working and you're like, okay, I want to move my aquarium somewhere else, or you were trying to clean them and you set them aside and you forgot, and then suddenly you just accidentally, I know accidents happen, you drop something on it or you stepped on it, it'll break, and now you are out of glass lids and you have lost a lot of money and you have a mess to clean on your hands. The fifth con about glass is that it is very hard to DIY. You need to buy a lot of material, like a diamond cutter. You will need that. Then you need to make sure like you're cutting it properly, because there is no room for error, because once you make an error, that glass panel that you have is wasted. So now you don't have any edge. So you're wasting a lot of money, you're wasting a lot of effort, and you're wasting a lot of resources. But that was with the glass. Now let's move on to our second material, that is plastic corrugation. Pros for this material: it is cheap, yeah. It is lightweight, it doesn't put any stress on your center brace. Then it helps with the water evaporation and keeps the heat and temperature maintained in your aquarium. But those are the only pros that I came up with. Now let's move towards the cons for this product or this material. The biggest con is that it is flimsy. It is very, very flimsy, and this is the kind of situation you get into it every time you try to work with this material. The second con about this material is it's opaque, so the light will not pass through it as nicely as it is doing through a glass lid. And now moving on towards the third con, the durability of this material is jeopardized because of the structural construct of this material, because the ribbings are running this way, which is supposed to be the longitudinal way, but this is the width. So you will get it 24 inches or 48 inches by 18 inches or 16 inches. So the material construct of this, the structural construct of this material is not well designed for your aquarium lids, unless you have a very small lid to make, which can purpose with this. I would not suggest it for anybody. I wasted my money just on testing it, and I didn't like it. And this can be my personal opinion. You might have a different opinion about it, but to me, this material is no good. Now let's talk about the OG material. That is polycarbonate. You must be thinking, what is this? This is not glass, but it looks like glass. And this is polycarbonate, the best material out there in the market to make your aquarium tops or lids. So let's talk about cons for this material first. The biggest con for this material is that why didn't I learn about it earlier, and why I was not able to spread the word before, because there is no con for this material. Now, when it comes to the pros for this material, it has all the pros combined with glass top and with the plastic corrugation, and it eliminates all the cons of both of those materials. And again, this is my personal opinion. This is my tested opinion, I would say. The first pro for this material is that it will retain the heat in your fish tank. The temperature of the water that you're trying to maintain, it will help with that, because this material is used in the greenhouses. The second pro would be the water evaporation retention. It will actually keep the evaporation minimal, and if you cut it to the correct size, it will stop 95% of your water evaporation, and you won't have that humidity issue in your room or fish room. And it has actually practically lowered our humidity level in our fish room, though we have a dehumidifier running 24/7. Before, it used to be 55, 56. Now our humidity level is 45, so it went down by 10 points. The third pro for this material is the structure stability of this. It is not flimsy at all. It won't bend like that plastic corrugation. And the fourth pro about this is it's easy to cut. I will show you exactly how to cut this material. And now moving on to the fourth pro is that it lets the light pass through this material better than it will let it pass through the glass. And we can show you right in our tank where we have one top with this material and the other one is glass, and you can see the difference in the brightness of the same light. And moving on, it is very easy to clean. If it's dirty, you can literally just get a wet cloth and just wipe it and it will be clean. Unlike the glass surface, you have to scrape it and whatnot. Just wanted to show you guys how, you see how dirty this is, and watch how clean this gets easily. Oops, my hand. We just put some water on it. I'm not even doing anything. It's just gonna get cleaned easy. Actually, I'll just take this water and at the end of the day, you want to make your life easier instead of tough, you know? And look at how nicely looks as good as new. I don't know if you can see me or not, all demented or what. This can go back on your tank just like that. Ta-da! And last but not the least, the price point for this material alone is $6.50 per sheet. And one sheet can actually make lids for a 75-gallon tank. So if you have bigger tank, you might require 2 sheets or probably 3 if you have a huge tank that is like 10 foot long. And you can still make those lids for almost $12 to $18, under 20 bucks. So this material is super cheap, super durable, easy to maneuver, easy to deal with, not breakable, easy to, you know, you can just, if it gets to the point where you can't clean it, which I haven't seen yet, I have been cleaning it with a cloth, and every time it shows up like this. And this is actually a currently used top on my aquarium. I just took it off and wiped it dry, and it looks as good as brand new, you know. So this product contains all the pros from all the other products I've tried in my fish room, and I will highly recommend this material or this product. And we will show you the link. We will share the link where you can buy this on Amazon and how much it costs and how many sheets you can get for what price. It's $79.99 for 12 sheets right now for 0.16 thickness. And this is the thickness, if you can see it. And yep, that's that. So to cut this material, all you're gonna need are 3 items, or 4, including the Sharpie or a pen. Those would be your measuring tape, your box cutter, your Sharpie to mark where you want to cut that, and a scale or some ruler type of thing that I have over there too. But just to show you, because this is a smaller piece, how easy it is to cut it, I'll show you how easy it is. So another thing that you need to keep in mind is do not take off these sticky things on top or the covers of this until this is your finalized shape that you or size that you want to cut, because it's easier to do it with this on than with this off. You know, it's super transparent, so you might miss or miscalculate it. But anyhow, we're back. First I'm going to show you how to cut it. It's very easy. You don't have to use too much power, even if you're cutting it against the ribbing or with the ribs. So to cut it against the rib, all you need to do is literally or open your box cutter to this length or any length. Make sure your fingers are safe. Do not let it cut you. So trust me, it is a bad cut. All you need to do is, with a very light hand, you put and just score it. You see, I'm not applying any force. It's just scoring it. Literally just scoring it. There's a little score right here, and all you got to do is pop it, just like that. That's how easy it is to cut this material. That's why I love polycarbonate. And all you got to do is, because of this thing, you just pull it like that, and you just run it in those ribs, and it's in 2 pieces. Look how sharp and nice that cut is. It's like perfect cut. There are no edges, nothing wrong with it. It's perfect cut. Now, when you want to cut it in the longitudinal where the ribs are, you don't have to need a ruler or a scale or anything to support it. All you got to do is go in between these, just run it here, and then just run it. It'll run in between. Look how easy it is to cut this. And if you want to make, for example, you have a lid, you want to make an opening on it so it can flip and you can feed your fish through it, all you got to do is have a lighter hand than the before. Don't cut it all the way. Look how easy it is. Here. Now you have this flip and it'll go back, retract back to where it is. And when you are finalized with your cut and you are like, okay, all you need to do is look how neat and clean this is. All you need to do is, this is the most satisfying part, like, right? Oh yeah. So that's it. And now you just go and put it up on your aquarium. We're gonna actually make a lid right in front of you for our 125 gallon. We're gonna make a lid for you guys just to show you guys how easy and it is to maneuver through this material, just like I demonstrated before, and how nice it looks on your fish tank. So I have this piece already pre-cut, but this is not to the dimensions of my aquarium top. That is right next to me. Let me show you guys. Come on. I will take the dimensions for this in front of you guys. This is our 125 gallon, 16 and a half by 22 exact. So I'm going to keep it a little bit smaller than 22 and 16 and a half. So here's our sheet. I don't want to waste the bigger sheet because I want it for other purposes, but I'll show you how nice this looks too. I know that this is not the good width because this was supposed to be the perfect width for this, but this is going to be the perfect length for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it. So we need 22, and I'm going to cut it one rib less right here, and look how fast and easy it is. It's so hard to cut your glass top. You need to have a diamond cutter and you need to buy the glass, you need to do blah blah blah. But for this, you need a $1 box cutter. You need, never mind. You need a little bit of brains. All you need to do is, look, I'm not even using any tool to maneuver my cut so it's perfect or not, because I know I'm going with the rib, and this should fit right snug in my fish tank. Look how nice it is. Look how nicely it fits. It has no issue. I can bounce on it. And now what I'm going to do is do this most satisfying thing. Take this off. I didn't have to do much. You see? It took me literally seconds to cut this. Take this off. Look how nice, and it doesn't even look like I'm holding any material. I'm gonna put this on here. Let me bring the light actually here on this side. This is a 4-foot light. I need to fix this. And see for yourself how nicely the light is passing through here than this place. It's more brighter, more easier for the light to pass in this area than this area. And there is more of a tube right here, but you see there's difference in both. So that's where I drew the conclusion that this material is the best. And let me show you actually how nice it looks on my 40 breeders back there, how easy it is to flip this over Oh, hello. It's not feeding time. Everybody's like, yeah, he's trying to feed us. But look at this. If you want to open it, this is how it opens, and it goes back. And I have it cut right here, and the tubing is going from back there. And we have a short showing everything. These guys are like, what is going? Oh, I apologize. All right, so that was the tutorial about how easy it is to use the polycarbonate and why you want to use it or would use it in your fish room. If you have one tank, I understand you want to make it look like a show tank. You want glass lids on top of it. But let me tell you this. If you want it to be the show tank, this is the material you want to go with instead of glass, because it's super easy to clean, very sturdy, and very cheap. Literally, if you don't want to spend 130, 95 bucks on glass tops that are heavy and can break and they get stained easily, and it's so hard to take off the hard water stain. Nobody wants to go through that white vinegar or some quarters rubbing on top of it. Keeping our aquarium glass is enough for us to keep it clear than to be worrying about the lids. And this is the best material. You can buy it on Amazon. We'll put the link and we'll put the description of the material exactly. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope this helps a lot of people, because if you have 50 tanks like I have, you definitely want something cheaper other than glass lids, and this is the material to go with. Do not buy this plastic corrugation material, because this is a nightmare and a waste of your money. I seriously think we should throw it away, but just like I did. Well, thank you for watching Cichlodian, and if you're new here, do not forget to like us, follow us, subscribe to our channel. We will keep getting better as you guys keep watching us, and we'll come up with more cheaper ways to run your fish room or your aquarium, because I know this hobby can get very, very expensive. It's not for the faint of heart. You know, everybody can get into this hobby. It's a beautiful hobby. It actually helps you with your mental state too, and it's scientifically proven. But anyhow, before going into that, please subscribe us and follow us and hit that like button, and definitely put that bell icon so you can see our updated videos and what we are doing in our fish room. And this is Zay, and thank you for watching Cichlodian. Till next time.